السلام عليكم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والصلاة والسلام على رسولنا محمد سيد الأولين والآخرين. مدد يا رسول الله، مدد يا سادة، مدد يا مشايخنا الدستور. ولا شاء الله فاز حسن شيخ محمد كان طريقتنا الصحبة والخير في الجميع. ومن شر الوسواس الخناس. صدق الله العظيم. وسواس yapan şeytanın şerrinden Allah muhafaza etsin.
We seek refuge and protection with Allah Almighty from the whisperings and bad thoughts that are being inspired by Shaytan.
Allah Azze ve Celle bu Falak suresi, Nas suresi son ayet.
And this is being stated in the Surah Nas in its last verse.
Vesvese herkeste olur. Şimdi bazı insanlar
Whisperings or bad thoughts that are inspired by Shaytan exist in everyone.
geliyor. Bizde şöyle vesvese var, böyle vesvese oluyor.
And people suffer from all kinds of whisperings and bad thoughts that are being inflicted by Shaytan.
Bu insanların imtihanıdır Allah.
And these bad thoughts or whisperings coming from Shaytan, these murmurs, are a test.
Azze ve Celle insanlara imtihan vermiş ama
Allah Almighty tests us through these whisperings coming from Shaytan.
işin kolayını da vermiş.
However, with this test, there's also an easy resolution.
Onu dinlemeyin diyor.
And the easy resolution is by simply not listening to it.
Onun şerrinden Allah'a sığının.
And by seeking refuge with Allah Almighty from the evil coming from these whisperings.
O vesvese ne gelirse içine dışarı çıkmadıktan sonra yani onu kabul edip de
And these whisperings will have no effect on you and they will not harm you or impact you as long as you do not act based on those whisperings and as long as you do not make those whisperings become apparent and as long as you don't make them come outside.
Onun gibi yapmazsan hiçbir hükmü yok.
If you don't follow those whisperings, if you don't based on what Shaytan inspires, then they have no validity, they have no impact and no influence.
Yani bir günahı da yok.
And you will not be held accountable for them and you don't have any responsibility for those whisperings.
Çünkü bu imtihandır Allah Azze ve Celle'nin.
These are tests coming from Allah.
İnsanlara imtihan ettiği şeydir.
And it is a way by Allah Almighty of testing people.
Onu yapmasan hiçbir zarar yok.
And in order to pass the test, all you need to do is to ignore these whisperings because you will not be held accountable and you are not responsible for these whisperings and whatever Shaitan gives you as bad thoughts.
Günah yok.
They are not considered as sins.
Bilakis insanın imanına kuvvet de verir.
Instead, if you avoid them, if you simply ignore them, they will also be the means for you to become more vigilant and to strengthen your faith.
Çünkü ona itibar etmeyince kuvveti artar insanın.
Because as you ignore those whisperings, as you don't give them any attention, your faith will strengthen.
Öteki türlü ona itibar edip kulak veren insan,
However, if you attach importance to those whisperings, if you listen to them,
zorluklar çeker.
and if you believe in them and act based on them, you will undergo difficulties.
Dünyada da dünyanın zorlukları daha çok.
And you will be undergoing difficulties in this world. There are many difficulties in this world.
Ahiret için Allah affetsin.
And may Allah Almighty therefore forgive us.
Ama dünya için çok zorluk olur. Çünkü lüzumsuz şeylere kafayı takar.
But if you give ear to those whisperings, if you listen to them then you will have a lot of troubles in this world,
işler yapar.
and you will have a headache. And if you listen to them and act based on those whisperings, then you will end up doing many useless things.
Bunu vesveseden doğru, her vesvese dediğimiz her türlü takıntı da derler ona.
And whisperings are some type of an obsession, of being obsessed with things.
Yahut duyduğu hak sözü kabul etmeyip de vesvese yapar.
And whisperings are also a manifestation of not trusting or not believing in the truthfulness of true words and doubting them.
Bu böyle olması lazım, bu şöyle olması lazım diye.
Whisperings are an expression of being constantly doubtful and saying this should not be like this, it should be like that.
Kendi kafasına göre bir şeyler yapar.
And then whisperings are a manifestation of people thinking that they know how things should have been done better.
Kendine yük lazım olmayan şeyleri.
But by people then interfering in things which are not their affair, or trying to redefine things according to themselves, then they are undergoing a burden which they are not tasked to carry.
Yükler, o yaptığı şeylerde hiçbir faydası olmaz, bir sevabı olmaz.
And then they will do all kinds of things based on those whisperings, which will have no benefit nor any use, but will be nothing but a burden for people.
Günahı olmasa da bile faydası olmaz.
And even though people may not commit a sin based on those whisperings, they will be doing useless things.
Lüzumsuz işler yapmış olur. Onun yerine çok daha güzel şeyler yapar.
Instead, there are so many beautiful things which could have been done.
Dediğimiz gibi yani şu vesvese hiçbir zaman durmaz sen namazdayken.
And we need to know that whisperings and bad thoughts coming from Shaytan, these will never stop. They will always be there.
Yatarken, kalkarken, istersen ömrede ol, hacda ol.
When you go to bed, when you wake up, even when you're on Hajj or you perform your Umrah, wherever you are, there will always be whisperings coming from Shaytan.
Hiç olmadığı yerde olmaz.
And you won't find a place where you will be safe from these whisperings.
İnsanın dünyadaki imtihanıdır.
And as long as you live in this world, you will experience those whisperings, because they are a test by Allah Almighty.
Allah muhafaza etsin.
May Allah Almighty protect us.
Allah Azze ve Celle şeytandan muhafaza etsin.
And may Allah Almighty protect us from the evil of whisperings, and protect us from paying attention and listening to these whisperings.
Hepimiz inşallah. Ve minallah tevfik. El Fatiha.